Hello, it's Daniel Bersati again. Disabled justice, lacking equality and justice for the disabled within the legal system. I am not an attorney. Thank you all for your responses. I do appreciate you. I had written a letter to the Commissions on Judicial Performance with hope my letter would get me a little bit of help dealing with this justices, Margaret L. Oldendorf. Case PC 040224, Bersati versus Niner. I'm going to read a little bit of the letter to you. I am with great hope that my voice will be heard quickly and with the utmost respect. I am requesting that on my next hearing, February 1st, 2010, in courtroom F46 at 8:30 a.m. at the Chatsworth, California courthouse, will be with an impartial justices. My request is precise and to preserve all fairness of my rights and those of all the public. My case should be without a doubt be transferred to another justice's or courthouse. My case was heard in presence of Justices Margaret L. Oldendorf. Over the period of the case, Bersati versus Niner, from 2007 through 2009, I gave all the respect to the courts and never once did I show any discontent towards any of the staff, clerks, or justices herself. However, I did not receive the same respect to accord. While I am in the process of appealing, to date I have not heard one response from the appellate court, the decision of Justices Margaret L. Oldendorf should be the duty of the Commissions on Judicial Performances and the rulings of the courts in the best interest of the public and myself. And with all the confidence and integrity, my judge should be changed to a different justices to uphold the integrity of the court. I am also making this a formal complaint against the justices and her clerks and other staff from Chatsworth Courthouse for prejudice and deliberately acting against my constitutional rights, disability rights, and, apart from violating the 14th Amendment, by their direct obstruction to my due process of equity during the previous proceedings of my case. In conclusion, to enforce high standards of conduct, I feel it would be in the best interest of mine and the public's rights for the Commissions on Judicial Performance to grant me this request to protect any future unfairness, biases, and impartiality. I have a hearing set, and I explained the date and time. Cordially, Daniel Bersati. Well, to date I had not heard any response from the commissions, so I was forced to go in front of the same justices on February 1st, 2010. Well, it happened again. I went to court for a judgment debtor hearing against both of the defendants, Scott Allen Niner and Robin Niner. Only Robin Niner showed up, and the hearing went almost verbatim as follows. This is Judge Margaret L. Oldendorf. Mr. Bersati, it appears that your proof of service document is not the normal form. As well, you did not serve them in person, you did it by mail. And you did not give the defendants 10 days prior service time to be here in court. I let the judge go on and continue on and on how she wasn't going to grant me my subpoenaing the Niners for my right to a judgment debtor hearing until she stated, you would have to refile everything again. Well, that was when I said, and it seemed as if she already knew Scott Niner wasn't going to show. Although Robin Niner was standing there, Robin stated that she had nothing to do with any of the case. It was all Scott, and she didn't know why she was there in court. My response at that time, I responded first telling the judge very cordially, if Your Honor would review the documents, you will see that they in fact were served by hand delivery and were served 11 days prior, and the proofs of service form is the same form Her Honor has been accepting for the past 3 years. Needless to say, she hesitated and said, you are right, Mr. Bersati. However, I tried to continue in addition because the defendant Scott Niner was not present. Her Honor cut me off from finishing my sentence and stated, "I am not going to issue the warrant, and Mr. Borsatti, you will have to reissue another judgment debtor hearing on Scott Niner. As for Robin Niner, she is here in court, and because we are on court record, you will need to fulfill this hearing." And as I began to try to finish my statement, before the judge rudely cut me off, the judge raised her voice and stated, "That is all I will hear. Go, Mr. Borsatti." How does a person go in to try to fulfill their right for fairness through due process and to have their voice heard when a judge shows hate and discontent for no apparent reason? The only conclusion must be that Margaret L. Oldendorf is biased towards the defendants and prejudiced of the plaintiff, me, Daniel Borsatti. Certainly her actions towards me over the entire case proves my assertions correct. And she continues to act the same way towards me, even after. You see, it doesn't matter whether I have rights or not, or any pro per litigant, because the judges feel they are above all laws, rules, codes, and constitutions. They feel that they can do anything. Well, they are right on one hand and wrong on another, because we the people will not allow anyone to disregard our American rights to have a fair judicial hearing with all the rights given by our foremothers and forefathers. The same rights that were given to me and all of you Americans. I was with hope that there would have been an order written by the Commissions on Judicial Performances for me to be seen in front of another justice. As it was, they did not help me at all with my situation. Even after the letter, of course, I was told that the commissions are made up of attorneys, that they usually don't do anything. Very similar as to the Bar Association when someone seeks a dispute against an attorney. On February 5th, 2010, I finally received my letter from the commissions. It states as follows: "We basically cannot help you. We are still looking into the matter. However, we have no power to do anything against the judge." Well, what is the Commission on Judicial Performance for if they can't do anything against the judge? Well, as usual, from past experience and my present experience, the Commissions on Judicial Performance will not do anything. So what can a person do to receive justice, fairness, respect, and the basic treatment that all people deserve in courtrooms? We need to keep talking and take action, which is what I am doing here today, and I will continue to take action until my voice is heard. I guess the public just needs to understand that as long as we continue to stand up and never give in to the types of unfair tyranny, as from Judge Margaret L. Oldendorf and those like her, then we will be victorious on another level. I am now forced to refile a judgment hearing to bring in Scott Allen Niner into the court for him to pay me the 9 months of rent he didn't pay when he stayed at the house, which is only a fraction of the money he absconded from me when I was disabled. I have pictures I will show next time, and I would like to hear from you and what you think. Please, as you can, write to DisabledJustice@yahoo.com or make a comment on the YouTube, as some of you have, or write to P.O. Box 800657, Santa Clarita, California 91380. I am always and will remain forever fighting for myself, others, and especially those who cannot fight for themselves. We deserve fairness and correct justice. Until next time, sleep sound, and please, to all those who are in their own battles, above all, keep your faith.